I'm Louis. Here's Halid and Jean, and today we want to talk about creativity in music. So creative processes are difficult, and any musician can run out of inspiration at some point. So we made an AI that generates music to get inspiration back. We call it the jam machine. So musicians can use it to get a first creative spark for a song, and then export the sequence into their music software that they like. Let's see some of the techniques that we use, and let's go quickly over music representations. So I think most people should be familiar with the waveform and sheet music. Waveform is like recorded audio, like CDs. The problem with it, we can't work with this data because it's just like very hard to edit. I mean, some people do it, but we're not interested in that. So we use variations of sheet music that is very human readable, but that computers cannot interpret easily. So we translate it into text. There's a text that we're going to feed into the machine that is going to learn with the AI. And we assess the quality of the text visually with a piano roll. So those three things are essentially the same thing. Okay, so that's the type of data that we use. Here's the type of AI that we use. It's one that's known as a transformer. So it's designed to generate language, and it works by generating words one by one. And in order to predict one word, for example, in this case, it tries to predict the word it. It looks at every word before and calculates which ones are relevant. And so in this context, it understands that in this sentence, a robot must obey the orders given it. The two words "a robot" are the most important. So that shows that it understands that it refers to a robot. It understands the subject of the sentence. Now, this is a very simplified example. In our case, the transformer looks back at 2048 words before, so that's like multiple pages of context in order to predict the next word. Anyways, that's for text, but it works very well with music. When we convert the music into text, we can treat it in pretty much the same way. So here's a cool way to visualize this. So this is a piano roll of a single piano. This entire sequence has been generated by a transformer. And this is actually not from us. This is a project at Google Brain, but this inspired this project in part. Just give me a second. Yeah. Okay, so you can see here, like those things are basically showing where the attention is going when a note is being generated. So it doesn't matter to understand why it picks those notes specifically, but the result is a harmonious sequence, and that's kind of like the principle behind this. Yeah, so that was kind of like for the theory, the principles behind our work. And now Halid is going to tell you some more about how we implemented it.
Yeah, thanks, Louis, for the impressive theory informations. Now let's dive a little bit further into the process. So how do we actually teach a computer this language of music? It's actually very similar teaching to a human, just like learning an instrument by trying to play your favorite songs with it. We basically teach AI the songs that we want to introduce. To be more precise, we convert songs into text, as Louis showed before, and then we cut them into chunks of 2048 words, which starts like this, where you see here above. And each colored block here represents considered as one word, and they refer to either like musical information like instrument, which note, and how long, and stuff like this, just like on a musical sheet. And then we give these words that you see here to AI without showing it completely, and ask it to generate the exact same words, just like a human trying to play a song. And then it starts trying, and it fails at the beginning, and then it updates its magical numbers to be able to generate better in the future. Since training a musical brain takes repetition and practice, we repeat this process roughly 160,000 times. Well, now, what the hell is this, right? This is basically a sequence of words of a musical sentence in text. And here, each colored block of words you see represents one instrument and its note. And all these four colors that you see here are four instruments like bass, guitar, drums, piano, and so on. And they are playing their notes together at the same time. So this is one block of musical sheet. I mean, this may not be like a good way for us to read, like, because we can read the musical sheet, but this is not really readable. But for computers, it's really on point to kind of understand the musical theory and harmony between instruments. So we said 2048 words, but why exactly 2048 words? Not just because it's a power of 2 and sounds mathematically aesthetic, also because the attention layer of AI is only able to look at the last 2048 words in a sentence. In this case, it means 15 seconds of music and 4 instruments playing together at the same time. And since this attention window is not sequential in a song, it moves roughly second by second within a song. The AI can learn the song structure of very well still. Although longer sequences would have been better, it would require us much longer and expensive training, so we stick with 2048. And ultimately, how much AI is trained with these chunks of words determines its musical ability. If you don't train it long enough, which is called underfitting, AI doesn't understand music concepts well enough. As we keep training, the harmony of instruments becomes better, musical concepts are understood, but if we train it too long, which causes overfitting, then AI reproduces exactly the same songs that he has learned, which we don't want indeed. So determining when to stop for finding that sweet spot is mostly intuitive. So it was only possible by listening a lot of music from our AI. After the fun listening times, we ended up training around 40 hours our AI on 2 high-end GPUs with about 5,000 songs. And I want to also talk about a little bit of the songs we whispered to AI's ears, namely our data set in our case, as it determines the creativity range of it. And while choosing these songs, our initial goal was actually to focus mostly on electronic dance music songs, but we found out that it wasn't really easy to find musical representations of these songs. So we ended up just selecting all electronic songs that we could find and complemented it with some good music that we liked, such as these examples you see here. In the end, I got inspired by all these amazing artists it listened, and now we're going to hear what it learned and what it can do with them with John.
Thank you, Halid. I hope you're ready, because I'm not sure if I'm ready. Because, I mean, this is the first time I'm going to play live. The AI is going to play live. I'm just going to direct it. So this is an app that we deployed on Hugging Face. You can go check it out. And the way it works is pretty simple. So here, for now, it's empty. You don't see anything, but because we haven't generated anything yet. So we have different instruments. Here, like we have 3 lines, and we can select the instruments, and we can generate each instrument. So we're going to start by generating the first one, which is, I don't know if you can see here, but here it's a drum. And there are different features we can set, like the creativity and the density. So creativity, it's like how creative is going to be, like how crazy the music can be. And the density is like how many notes do you want. So here I generated a sequence, and you see this text sequence that we talked about before. And on top of it, now we can see a piano roll that looks quite boring right now. So maybe I will regenerate. Like, let's see, we can listen to this. And yeah. It's not very inspired. I think it's shy. It's shy. Like the audience is quite big. So let's try again. Okay. It's taking some time, like process. Oh, here it's a bit more complex. You can see. Okay, let's listen to this. Okay. Okay, we are getting somewhere, but this drum I'm still not really satisfied. So I can still regenerate. This at some point we'll find something that's it happens magically. Oh, this is good. Okay, we can see that this is good. Okay, maybe a bit violent, but let's go with this. Now, what we're interested in is like to generate another instrument, and the second instrument we're going to generate is going to be the bass here. So the second one, I'm going to generate it now. And you need to understand that now this bass is paying attention to the drum. So it's going to generate something that should fit with the drum. Okay, this is going big, like big notes. Okay, I like this. Let's listen to this quickly. Okay, this is good. I like this already. let's go for this. Let's listen to it together now. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Oh no, it crashed. We crashed it. Okay, let's try to be well. Okay, I really like these two instruments now, and I want to have more harmony. I want to have another instrument. Here is the guitar. It's not really, I mean, it's not going to be the sound of a guitar because we mapped it to another instrument to sound electronic, but that's mimicking a guitar in a way. Okay, we generated something. Oh, it looks good. It looks good. I just want to listen to this. Okay. Okay, it's not very subtle. We are going for quite, it's Berlin after all. Let's go for deep techno. I mean, it's not minimal enough maybe, but okay, it works. Okay, so what you see, what's interesting here is that we have, you can really hear the harmony. So the guitar and the bass, they're playing melodies that are harmonious together. And that's really what we are aiming for. And it's pretty amazing that this AI that we made in like 3 weeks was able to play music in harmony. So we are very happy about this. And so we're very happy with our results. And so we still have a few things that we'd like to do. Like, for example, we'd like to be able to generate longer sequences of music because like only 15 seconds can be a bit frustrating. We'd like to have maybe more instruments to increase the harmony and the complexity. And we would like also to enhance the creativity of our AI by feeding more data to it, more music. But as Halid mentioned before, it's difficult to find this MIDI music that we like. So that's maybe the most difficult part of it. And the last but not least would be to be able to integrate this into a music software, because what we want is not the AI to play alone, but like human beings, like playing with the AI to kind of increase their creativity. And for example, like this sound that you just heard before, it sounds kind of melodic, but it's not really good. Like the sound design should be improved. So like that's where the human component should come in and basically, we want to allow humans to make music with AI, but not AI to play music alone. So yeah. And so this is us. And you can try the app yourself on Hugging Face. Like it's really a few buttons. There might be a few bugs. If there are a few bugs, you can just write to us and let us know what it is. And we want to thank DSR, José, Abin and Arun for all their support and all the teachers and the community. It was really a great experience. And also thank you for all for your attention. And I forgot to mention Tristan, who was our mentor. Like he really helped us a lot. Without him, we would not be where we are. So yeah, big thanks to Tristan Berens. Thank you.